Hello everyone, happy International Women's Day. I've been asked to talk about some women that have inspired me on this day to celebrate all the amazing women across the world who have stood up and done amazing things. So for me, there are two people that I think I'd like to celebrate today. The first is, we're jumping on the bandwagon of celebrity here, but the first woman that I just find utterly inspiring is this woman, Michelle Obama. For me, she just embodies the character of strong women speaking up for what they believe in, progressing causes that are important to them, but also showing that it's hard work and that it takes perseverance and intense time and energy to do that. And I personally was particularly inspired by her speech at a school in Islington back in 2009, where she basically stood up in front of a room of young girls and said, it's okay to be a geek, it's okay to work really, really hard and work hard for what you want to do, what you want to achieve, because that's what you need to do to get where you want to be. And that really has stuck with me and that message. The other person that I want to celebrate today is my grandma, my Mormor Kerstin, who lives in Sweden. She's in her 90s and is a formidable character in all regards. I remember back when I was a young teenager, refusing to pick my pyjamas off the bathroom floor, and then coming down to find my grandma putting them in the outdoor waste bin as the waste collection lorry was coming by to take it away. So I learned my lesson there to always make sure that I did what she told me to do. But despite those quirks, she raised 4 kids by herself. She worked well into her 80s, both in jobs but also for charitable causes, and particularly leading an organisation supporting those that were hard of seeing or blind. But has the most incredible energy and drive even now that inspires me on a daily basis. And just to have an inch of her enthusiasm and drive, I would be very, very happy. So today a big shout out to Michelle Obama, but also my Mormor Kerstin.
So the woman that's inspired me on International Women's Day is my sister-in-law. And a while ago, after suffering herself from severe postnatal depression, she set up a charity to help other women as they also suffered through postnatal depression. She was a humble woman, but was able to get alongside these people, really care for them, really support them and helped many hundreds of people in very simple ways. And has left an incredible legacy. And why I say she's left a legacy, she herself died a couple of years ago from breast cancer. But it's that humble achievement that she made and the legacy that she's left behind that I find inspiring.
Hello everybody, this is just a short video from me and my daughter Evie, and it's to help celebrate International Women's Day. So we got this book out of the library a little while ago, which is called Little Feminist, which is a book for kids that helps to celebrate 25 amazing women through history who have done some really phenomenal and inspiring things. So who is your favourite person in this book, Evie?
Marie Curie.
So Marie Curie was a scientist studying in radioactivity, and she is the first person in history to receive 2 Nobel Prizes for her scientific discoveries, one in physics and one in chemistry. And over 100 years later, Marie is still the only woman to accomplish such an extraordinary feat. So what does this make you want to be when you grow up? What does it inspire you to be?
An archaeologist.
An archaeologist.
There are so many women that I admire. If you were to ask me about strong female characters from books that have motivated me, I would choose without a doubt Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, who was way before her time, or Miss Marple, who is described and depicted as such a formidable and sharp-minded woman who just got on with rooting out naughty folks. However, today, on International Women's Day, I would have to choose Grace Hopper. It is fair to say that computers would not be where they are without her. She was a brilliant computer scientist and inventor of the first compiler, which doesn't mean that much to me, but I understand it is the program that translates programming code to machine language and has enabled computers to be simply what they are today. She was also a United States Navy Rear Admiral who was asked to come out of retirement at least once to help the US Navy because they just couldn't do it without her. Her nickname was Amazing Grace thanks to her high naval rank and her accomplishments in maths and computer science. She is credited with coining the terms bug and debug as related to computer errors. One day, a computer failure stumped Hopper and her team until she opened the machine, which was bigger than your average room, and found a moth inside. Taping the moth into her logbook, she wrote, "First actual bug found." She was a big believer in mentorship, once saying, "The most important thing I've accomplished other than building the compiler is training young people." She has coined many phrases, but my favourites and worth a mention, I think, are: "The only phrase I have ever disliked is 'Why? We've always done it that way.' I always tell young people, go ahead and do it. You can always apologise later." She also says, "A ship in port is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." And leadership is a two-way street, loyalty up and loyalty down, respect for one another's superiors, care for one another's crew. But the one that I like best is, "A glass is neither half empty nor half full. It's simply larger than it needs to be." I would urge you all to go and look her up. She is a simply amazing woman who achieved so much in her life and continues to inspire us all.
For me, I've just finished reading Michelle Obama's Becoming over Christmas, and I have to say, I think she's such an inspirational woman. Not only her devotion to her family, but also to her nation, and the fact that she's put an incredible amount of work into helping people in perhaps less privileged circumstances than her own. And in fact, the fact that she came absolutely from a normal background and worked incredibly hard. And for me, she's certainly somebody that you can look to for inspiration.